Alright, so the Ubisoft E3 presentation just got done, and it was phenomenal all around. They had so much to bring out. Aisha Tyler was hilarious doing the, basically doing all the talking, the hosting. She made it, partially. And, first thing I want to talk about, aside from it being awesome, this being so far the best press conference they've had throughout the day, they actually did humorous things and whatnot, was the last thing they showed, which was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. What they showed was actual online footage from beta stuff that they did, basically beta test stuff, but it was all online and actual interaction, and so it was just awesome. I've been saying this about everything that they've been showing, but in this one for online and everything, the graphics were amazing, and I say this because of the way that everything worked. Not only were graphics awesome, but like environment interactivity was awesome. They were like, where there was windows, they would set up, barricades, so that way they took a bit more, they couldn't see in, or they couldn't, shoot in quite as easily. They could barricade doors so they couldn't get in unless they took a good amount of bullets through it. The environments were fully destructible, bullets, and it wasn't like a regular frostbite thing where if you hit the bottom of, like, say here's like a stairway, here's like the handrail, and they put a bullet through there and like a big chunk falls out, but no, like a little piece that big comes out of the handrail and it just stays like that. And it was awesome. Bullets were going through windows and walls and just making big holes and small holes, and it was pretty awesome. The HUD on it was pretty simplistic. It just had on the bottom of the screen basically all the things, and then on the top it had how many people were still alive on this team and how many people were still alive on this team, and when one would die, X would go over their face, and then whatever, and it would update 5v4 and whatnot at the end, 2v1, 1v1, and it was pretty sweet. And just that whole thing was amazing, and I love the strategy they put into it. Should we go, wondering if they should go through the garage, or if they should go through the roof, and all this stuff, and I saw that and it was like, oh my god, I love it. And the other huge one to me that they showed, aside from The Division, was Far Cry 4, which is what they opened up with, which was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I saw the picture that everyone else is seeing, and I saw the main guy, and I was like, oh, he seems a little too flamboyant for Far Cry. How are they going to pull him off? And it gets into it, and the dude's like... The dude is amazing. Like, he's perfectly insane. Not quite as insane as Voss, but he's insane. Like, not as in like voices in my head insane, but like attitude, like psycho, just stab, stab, stab with a pen, and insane. And he's a gentleman. Like, after he gets done stabbing this dude to death because instead of stopping the plane, stopping the bus, he shot the bus. And even though he was saying, dude, stuff happened, stabbed him to death with a pen, which looked pretty not sharp at all. After he did that, he's just sitting there and he's just being a complete gentleman to this dude. He's like, it's you. It's like, I'm waiting for you. I'm so sorry about this, like all this, and then he just takes a selfie with him. Just like, what? But it was really funny. Aisha Tyler was making funny jokes about it afterwards and all that stuff. I noticed that the weather seemed somewhat realistic. Like, it wasn't that cloudy out. It was middle of the day. There was faint snow coming down, which I like that. It's kind of similar to how real snow would be in weather like that. They showed a new Just Dance game. It's pretty much the same as all of the other ones, you know. Sit there and you go like, whoa. But they have new music, and now there's an app that uses your phone as a controller, and they just had a whole bunch of people go up on the stages and whatnot, and just view, da da. And you can pretty much tell that, the whole thing, at least everybody looked like they had choreographed it before and practiced it. Yeah. The Division, when they showed it this time at the Ubisoft thing, you know, earlier when they showed it, it was just like gunfight. And when they showed it in this one, it's like the beginning, like how the thing happened, and like a long cutscene that for a while I couldn't tell if it was like CGI or if it was actual real life, like time lapse thing that talked about the story and basically got it more in depth with everything, brought some feels on, and it put some what's the word I'm looking for? Put some symbolism into it. There we go. That's what I was looking for. With a big struggle going on, but not being able to see anything, and it's talking about how people avoid conflict. It's just like, so true. So that one, basically, talking all about that. They showed the crew. If you don't know what that is, driving game, fully open world, all US, no loading screens. So obviously that is not going to be on current gen. It's only going to be on PS3 or PS4, Xbox One, and PC. But it looked pretty awesome. They just showed a bunch of that. There's full customizations and all that stuff. So that looked pretty awesome. I'm not a big driving game person. I do play Need for Speed. I do play Midnight Club on occasions, but most driving I do is getting from mission to mission in GTA or Watch Dogs. That's pretty much it. They showed more Assassin's Creed Unity, more gameplay, this one being actual single-player gameplay. And basically just walking through the area and like showing a little bit of the world. And I noticed there's a lot of people. There's a ton of NPCs in this game. And like, you know, usually there'll probably be say about 70 people in like a square, like a Times Square type thing. But this one, it looked like there was 200, 300 people in one of those, and it was a lot of people. And the music choice in the trailers was pretty awesome that they had originally. Like some of the lyrics where, you know, everybody wants to rule the world, and sitting there it's like, having this for an Assassin's Creed is kind of fitting. By that I mean very fitting. And at the beginning of it though, there was obviously a monologue being said at the beginning of it, and the accent sounded more English than French, so that kind of was like, what? I don't understand. But, you know, whatever. And the free running was more reactive. At one point, I swear to God, I saw the dude do a front flip. And interacts more with the environment, with how he jumps around and everything. Sword play is improved, you know, instead of just like big swing and block and maybe it'll look like he hit him, it's like when he blocks, the sword's coming this way, he like slides it off of his sword and just gets it, and like a bunch of other stuff. And it looked awesome. And I even saw one NPC killing another at one point. And he's sitting there and it's like yelling at the dude, and he's sitting there stabbing him in the stomach, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, you are brutal, man. The Eagle Vision looks a little cooler, it's not so dark, and I think all the NPCs that don't matter didn't come up colored at all, they just stayed the same. And then the targets kind of were colored. And there's some NPCs that sang, so that was also pretty cool. They showed a game called Shape Up, which is a simple little thing. It's just a workout thing, and like it pumps up us gamers. So like in one point you're sitting there punching asteroids apparently, another time you're, you know, doing push-ups, and as you're doing it, the more you do, the heavier the load you get. So you start out with like a chicken on top of you, then it goes to, you eventually got a whale on top of you, and it's like, jeez, that will obviously get someone pumped up. And the one of the last ones they showed, that one was pretty interesting. I thought it was an interesting concept, but Aisha Tyler obviously made all of these funny. But one of the last ones they showed was Valiant Hearts, which I didn't write much down for that one. That one was more of a depressing one. I don't really know what to have said about that one. That one did bring out some man feels, but that game, I am definitely going to look forward to getting that one, as well as Division and Far Cry 4. AC Unity maybe, but definitely those. Overall, Ubisoft press conference was the best. They had the best looking games. In fact, all of the games I liked, except for Just Dance, because I'm not a big Just Dance fan. But all of the and Shape Up, I'm not a big person into that. But everything that they showed was fantastic, and Aisha Tyler made it perfect, and just everything was all around perfect, funny, and just laughable. Anyways, thank you guys. I still have a couple more things to do today. I think we've got a Sony press conference coming up after this one in a little bit. So after the Sony press conference, after I'm done using the interwebs, I'm going to start uploading more of these. The first one was a mistake to upload because then my live stream was absolute crap for a while. So I did not get to see Hideo Kojima's interview because of it. But I did get to see the Evil Within gameplay, which was fantastical, and I love it. I also got to see Dying Light, which looks even more beautiful. It looks more beautiful every time they show it. So, yeah. That's it for all the stuff I have to say. I was talking with Tommy talking to him, and he was saying a lot of the stuff that I did. He didn't notice a couple things, but he wasn't sure how to feel about Far Cry 4, and then right after he saw the trailer, just like me, I'm just like, that was fantastic. That was amazing. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys after the Sony press conference today. And maybe tomorrow I will also watch stuff and keep in touch with you guys. I will see you guys in the next video.